Hey Pisces, I'm Empress Rose. Welcome to your reading for the week. I am very distracted. I've started this video already and my cat has, I have a very giant black cat and he has, for the first time ever, just spread himself out right in the middle, and I haven't been able to figure out how to move him. I've pushed him, I've shoved him, he comes back, I lift him up, but he somehow grabs onto, anyway, so he's here right now. Right in front of us. See, here he is. There, Jack, say hi. And so we're just gonna roll with it. I already drew your cards. So this is a general reading, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, go check another major placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So this reading is going to be so far a little funky because Jack is basically sitting right in the middle of it, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it could. Okay, we're just gonna flow here. Okay, so I already drew, your cards already came out in a big giant chunk. No, you can't grab at me. You can't grab at me in the cards though. Okay, so something in your life was not aligning and you're currently working on aligning your life. You have, there was some sort of call. What is your soul calling you to do? So you followed that, you're following that, you have a path, you need to trust your path, you need to trust that this is going to work out. You also have luck is on your side from Sagittarius, so this is going to work out. It's going to be okay, you're going to get there, it's just going to be really a lot bumpier than what you thought, and your commitment's going to be tested, right? Do you really want to go here? Luck is on your side. We're saying that you're probably going to get to your goal here, trusting your path, but there are some bumps. Your commitment's being tested. There's a bumpy ride ahead, but you will get there. You do have Council of Light. So divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. You have trust your path here. You're birthing a new age. So basically this new age here, this new you, this new life you have, it's right through here. And the path and the way you get there isn't very clear. It's sort of a no man's land. You've got to figure it out on your own. There's going to be some things that are, it's going to be a bumpy ride, but you're building a new life. We have a new start is coming. You've got a new start coming in here, and you're headed towards it, but you're having to realign some things, fix some things, figure some things out. You've been called towards a sort of a new beginning, but your commitment's being tested. You'll get there, but you'll get to your dreaming your new world into being. You'll get there. But you do have a bit of a bumpy ride. You do have helpers here, assistants. We have a bunch of saints, Buddha, Jesus. Some I don't recognize. And then a personal issue reaches resolution. So I feel like you're figuring something out. You're aligning your life. It's this personal emotional issue that needs to get back into alignment here. You're aligning your life, but you need to keep your eye on the prize, your goal in mind. There is a bit of a, so there will be twists and turns, but keep your eye on the prize, this new start that you want, as you resolve sort of some issues here that are preventing that. So, well, I don't usually, there's the Hanged Man, so there may be a pause there. This cat's gonna really throw a little bit of a thing in here. Oh, he flicked his tail. He likes this. He likes that he's thrown a little wrench into my system. Okay, just so long as you don't attack me and attack the cards. All right, Pisces. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. So, let's see here. Two of Cups. In your recent past, you've had a communion with a kindred spirit or even a soulmate. You've had someone that you really connected to, you really shared with, you were able to share your feelings openly and freely and enjoy each other's company. There's been some sort of beautiful, deep sharing with someone in your recent past. So that's beautiful. I'm glad you got that experience. and you know it's possible, and you know what deep sharing feels like. So you do have you have had a special connection, a special emotional connection in the past. In your current situation, you have 9 of coins. You have accomplished quite a bit, or there is a lot of accomplishment surrounding you. This is quite a bit of accomplishment. She has her falcon here. She can get whatever she wants. This is sort of, it reminds me of the Widow Clicquot at the end of the 18th century. Excuse me. That's interesting. And everything that she accomplished, you know, bringing champagne to public worldwide consumption. We would not even be drinking champagne if it were not for her. So she was a very successful businesswoman, extremely successful businesswoman. Part of her success was hiring the right people. So this 9 of coins is sort of, in your current situation, is that success of having accomplished, having grown what you needed to grow, having accomplished quite a bit financially, career-wise, being in a really good spot there. What you're hoping for, 10 of Cups, you're hoping for a fulfilling, emotional fulfillment, a fulfilling thing. And I feel like a personal issue reaches resolution with the full moon here in Cancer. I feel like we have... this could be the fulfillment that you're dreaming of too, the aligning of your life. So this is what you're hoping for. And those children don't represent actual children. They represent like children, like the fulfillment of love and affection. So a happy home. You're hoping for a happy home and a happy personal life and joy and happiness. So this is very interesting for me. Seriously, what on earth? Honey. And then what's at issue here is the Emperor reversed. Either someone else has, it's basically you don't feel like you have any power in a situation. You're feeling very powerless. You do have a goal though, and you're being instructed to continue towards that goal. Your commitment's just being tested, and it could be a commitment to your own self-empowerment. You don't feel like you're in control of the situation or you're in charge, or that you're getting much divine guidance or much guidance here. You might feel a little lost, and it might feel that someone else has control and you don't have control right now, and that's an issue. That's an issue, that someone else is in charge of how everything unfolds, or someone, or just the universe itself, some sort of impersonal force in the universe feels like it has more say, and it does. We're all just little peons here, and so you're feeling particularly powerless right now, and that's actually an issue. It's funny because you should be feeling very empowered. You have accomplished quite a bit. You are, sitting at the top of the career chain, or feeling very, there is a lot of financial security here. There's some sense of accomplishment, but for whatever reason, you are currently feeling very powerless. Well, yeah, this will do it. In your current situation, you have the Tower. You have just things coming down, illusions being revealed, things not working out the way that you thought they were, people being not who you thought they were, authority figures being deposed, coming down. Your world is sort of falling apart. I mean, this is what you want. What you want is this. I think this is your dream. This happy, beautiful life. Where are we? Where's that? Birthing of this new world into being, right? You want this. What you currently have is everything falling apart, maybe moving, maybe things just not... A lot of misery, being surrounded by misery and unhappiness while a whole situation kind of comes unglued. Of course, the Tower moment, it's a cold comfort, but the Tower, when you're in it, but overall, it's a great idea to have about life, is these Tower moments when things fall apart. It's because they get reconstructed into something else. I think we have a card that talks about that. Anyway, you're being, it's being reconstructed. It's for the purpose of taking all these, this is a little Lego tower. It's being smashed to smithereens. It's very terrifying at the time. But the purpose is to reconstruct it and rebuild it into something much better, stronger. All the lessons you learned from the last tower, you get to apply them to your new tower. Like maybe I don't have all the blue Legos for an entirely blue tower, so maybe I should make my tower blue and red. So that I have enough Legos to complete it, or something like that. So not something like that. I mean, just that it was a really rough metaphor, honestly. So, boy, geez Louise, Pisces. Okay. Your to-do list, here's the moon, dealing with subconscious issues. The moon talks about that which is within us that can be tamed and that which is within us that cannot be tamed. So there's some subconscious issues. They're affecting you. They're affecting your life. They underlie this 9 of coins. So I feel like some of your successes, you might have been successful up here, but there's a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of, need for safety. A lot of unaddressed subconscious issues. A lot of those are just going to be down there, right? We've all got that, those subconscious issues, or those shadow self issues. And the more we can deal with them and the more we can bring them out into the forefront and to the front of our minds to think about them, the better off we'll be. I think this is why dream work is so important, is because it's churning that stuff up so that you can look at it and at least know what's down there and be aware of some of the ways in which we might hate ourselves, some of the ways in which we might self-sabotage, some of the ways in which we might that might drive our behavior. And I feel like just understanding that we don't need to understand our subconscious or our psyches in a way to fix it. We just need to understand it, and in some ways to work with it. It can be a source of power to understand all of these, where you hate on yourself, where you maybe think, I don't know, whatever issues people have down there. And dealing with those issues and those insecurities and those self-sabotaging tendencies, and that disconnect. I mean, some people can be very disconnected from, their motivations, their subconscious motivations, but as long as you're aware of them, I mean, that's just really where we want to start. And that work is so much easier if you approach it from, I'm going to love myself no matter what I find down there. I'm still a worthy human being. So your job really is to deal with subconscious issues, to explore subconscious issues, explore what's in your dreams, explore, this tower moment should be bringing up a lot of your fears for exploration and examination. That's one of the beauties of the tower moments, is it can illuminate those darker corners of our life. This whole tower goes on fire. It's reminding me of the tower. Well, we've got Captain Jack here. So it's reminding me of the tower from the Pirates of the Caribbean, the one with the mermaids. And, Jack ends up spilling all the... Anyway, it's on fire, right? This tower is crumbling. It's on fire, but that fire is going to illuminate and show you a lot of things that as this whole thing crumbles, you are going to be becoming aware of that, aware of some. And so it's great. It's a terrible time, but it's also a really great time to be looking at lovingly and with full acceptance at some of the things we carry within us. And where this is possibly going, there could be, this openness could actually be, in a way, it could trigger some fears and some reversion into a stubborn thing, right? Because she's being very stubborn here, and she's not, one interpretation of this card is that she's not listening to her intuition. Here you're exploring it, but it could trigger something where you have a reaction of like, shut up, nope, I don't want to, I'm not going there, I'm not going to look at that, I don't want to see it. But I think this is the root of your sense of powerlessness in this situation. So, but this could also be just being stubborn, a very stubborn blocked energy coming in here that is going to need to be dealt with. I want to say massaged open, like her shoulders need a little massage here so that she can put her swords down. I mean, sometimes though, being defensive is very important, and defending ourselves and protecting ourselves is very important. So that could go a lot of different ways for different ones of you. Some of you will get very triggered by whatever you see down within yourself, and will not want to, will not be ready to deal with it. I mean, sometimes I think we have this sort of, we can get more done with sort of a gentle push and retreat, push and retreat. There's actually like a yoga methodology where you can, oh, I just lost my train of thought. Where you do the move like 3 times before you actually get into it. And that third time, your body's like, okay, I get what we're doing. But there's sort of a way of massaging it into, or just getting it used to. So we might move like this. All right, we might do this downward dog. Okay, you ready for the downward dog now? All those muscles and tendons woken up? All right, let's do it. And you can have a lot more success that way by approaching it. So you may want to back off. You may look at some of your subconscious issues, see what they are, and you might want to back off and not necessarily deal with them right now, and deal with them, I just mean acknowledge them. Do not make war on your subconscious issue. That's a very tender place. It's not going to easily open itself back up to someone that's coming in brutally with some swords here to fix it. So, but you could also just need to be stubborn, or finding some sense of power, maybe even just in stubbornness. Or this could be somebody else coming in here with some extremely stubborn energy, refusals to see the truth, refusals to see what they know is true. It's denial energy, and that is a possible place that could be headed. So it could be a warning that unless you start dealing with some of these issues in your subconscious, or some of these issues, you'll be in denial. I mean, I think this is asking you to really look at the moon. You have your back turned to the moon. Don't turn your back to your intuition, to what you understand, to what you see. Don't turn your back to it. Really look at it. I mean, she's actually, I love how this comes in. You need to actually look at the moon. Like in this card, the way they're set up here is showing me that she's maybe even bringing a bit of stubbornness to looking at the subconscious issue. But if you don't, then you're turning your back on your intuition. And this is very, very clearly saying, do not turn your back onto your intuition. You need to be facing it full on, maybe even with some amount of determination and focus. Because the alternative is to live a life of denial, to deny your true calling, your true calling that you're supposed to be listening to. Here, she's definitely not listening to that. But taken together, she's very focused on it, and stubbornly focused on her true calling. And this stubbornness is going to come in real handy with this commitment is being tested. Look, here, she's looking at the moon coming into fullness, first quarter moon. So there's a ways to go here. There's a ways to go, but she just is really focused on that moon, and I really like it. You've got to be focused on your goal. You're going to get there, but there's some rough patches here. Might qualify as a rough patch. Okay, then let's see. We'll look at our wild Kuan Yin. What do we have for Pisces today? Wild Kuan Yin. No, cannot do that. Just one, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll take the top one then. Conflict resolution. The hand gentles the war. No matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. It is just what is necessary to move you into the right place at the right time for what is meant to be in your future. When it is no longer needed, her hand shall gentle and end the war. So I feel like this is talking about when this tower, when you no longer need the tower, it'll end. It'll come to an end. It'll be resolved, resolution. But right now there might be some chaos, some difficulty. but you need to continue to stay focused on your trusting that you will find the path to what it is you're being called, the new start that you're being called towards. So, all right, there we go. All right, Pisces, that was, I also feel like this cat has something to do with it right in the middle here of this all. And there was something here about no matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. And I think this cat was very insistent on coming in here. And for whatever reason, I think he's meant to be here right now, even though it's a little disruptive. So, all right, so Pisces, I hope that was a helpful reading for you. Thank you so much for your comments. Even though sometimes I don't know what to say to them, and sometimes I like them so much that I feel a little overwhelmed when I read them. So sometimes I don't respond as quickly as I'd like, but as I think would be ideal. But I do really enjoy them, and I also enjoy your likes and your subscribes. So thank you so much. Have a great week.